Hello, in this video I'll show you how to find the future value using the compound interest formula. Um, I'll show you two ways to solve this problem. One way using formula and using scientific calculator. Other way is using directly TMV solver. Um, Okay, so uh, let's read the question. You deposit 4,200 saving account in the bank that has a rate of 4%. So I highlighted the number here. 4,200 is going to be your deposit, that is called initial amount or principal. Also we call present value as a P. So this is the P here. 4,200 is a P. And you deposit, so you'll get 4% interest rate. So 4% represent the interest rate we can call as a R in the formula here. And the interest is compounded quarterly. So here quarterly word thus I highlighted is how many times the interest compounded. This is called compounding period, which is going to be quarterly. Quarterly represent 4 times a year, so n equals to 4 in these questions. And part A tells you how much money will you have after 10 years. So this 10 years is time. So we are looking for how much money will you have. That means we are looking for future value. So future value is called A, also sometimes called FB, we use A in the formula. So this is the formula for future value in the compound interest. So let's substitute the value of P, which is going to be 4,200, which is principal, and 1 plus R is 0.04 because 4% as a decimal is 0.04 divided by n. This n is comes from quarterly. Quarterly represent n equals to 4. 4 n to the power 4 times 10 because n is 4, t is 10 years. So that's the expression you got to put in the calculator. So this is the scientific calculator provided every time in your assignment. So you put 4,200. Let's put that 4,200 and you type 1 plus 0.04 divided by 4 and to the power. Again, it's outside the power. Let me just go back here. Let me just fix that. I mean, to the power here. So 4 times 10, which is 40 directly. So if you type, you see here the future value going to be $6,253.22. So this gives you 23 cents if you round it to the nearest cent. So the answer is going to be $6,253.23. That's the future value. So that's how you do using a formula and the scientific calculator. Now next question is how much interest is on. So the interest on is going to be A minus B. In other words, how much interest on going to be calculated by using formula future value, which is A, minus principal, which is present value. So you have future value here minus 4,200 is present value. If you subtract, you get $2,053.23. That's the interest on. So this is the one way to solve this problem using scientific calculator. Okay, the another way to solve this problem is using TVM solver. That's the TVM solver here. So in this case, you had to put the variables correctly. The first, you have n here. The n here, uppercase n here is you multiply lowercase n and t. So if you multiply n times t, that's what gonna be as a uppercase n. So here use 40 as a n, 40 as a n, with uppercase n. In the TMV solver, uppercase n gonna be n times lowercase t. Okay, lowercase n times lowercase t, which gives you 40 here. That's the uppercase n in this case. The I here is as a percent is already there. You don't put the decimal, you just type 4% here, 4%. So present value is given because that's 4200 is P here, which is same as present value PV. That says present value, which is PV, is 4200. So now PMT, this is the payment. We didn't do it here at all, just so you leave it blank or just keep it 0 as it is. So future value, that's I'm solving for. So I got to click this solve here after all. But notice that you're looking for this two value as well. So P/Y is payment per year. So it's gonna payment 4 times a year because of quarterly. We put 4 here. Depends. If it's the monthly, you put 12. If it's daily, you put 365. So we put P/Y payment per year as a 4 because of quarterly. So if you put 4 here, this C/Y compounding period per year is also say the same as payment per year, also 4. This has to be the same number, 4, 4. Again, why 4? Because of quarterly. Everything is filled in except PMT, but we didn't work with PMT in this case. So now notice that here you put the percent, whole percent, not the decimal, okay, as a I. So now you solve for future value. So you click here, so you get the number here, $6,253.23. That's exactly we get here, the value. So after you find the future value, how much interest you earn, you do the same thing as before. You do future value minus principal is interest. That's what we found it before. So this is another way to solve this problem using TMV solver. Okay, thank you for watching.